everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. This is a team that comes into the game wishing there was more on the line, but the reality is they're just playing out the string at this point. Still, despite their disappointing season, you can be sure they'll be giving it their all here. It's the Packers going up against the 49ers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. They'll send the tight end Bennett in motion. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Throwing, Hundley. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
Here's Rawls. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On second down, Rawls. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Garcon, the man in motion. Here's Beathard to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Thomas Rawls, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Hundley. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. With it is Brown. Brown with his stick skills. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They go again with Rawls. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Here's Beathard to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Thomas Rawls with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Packers get set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Here we go.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard, right at the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And when this ball's tipped and intercepted. picked off by Obi Melifonwu. 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On play action, they'll throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They'll drop the throw. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. So still in search of the 1st down after that last completion.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. William Hayes in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And the tight end goes in motion left. The 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Carry for Carlos Hyde. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Beathard. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get it here. to the 10-yard line. Third and 4. On the run, it's Ware. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. They run again with Ware. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Spencer Ware, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Gano out to kick this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Back to throw here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In motion right is Brown. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, Guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again.
Check. Hurry up, here we go. Green. Over. Check three.
Garcon, the man in motion. Back to throw, Beathard. Caught left side, Garcon. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Ohio. Let's go.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now they run with Mixon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble. Gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. The man in motion is Brown. 1st down, this is Rawls. Gets around him. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Thomas Rawls on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers continue to roll. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right?
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Lets it go for Nelson. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Brown. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And a great spot to start this drive from here. In motion left comes Brown. The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now a toss. This is Rawls. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. A minute 57 to go in this 1st half. We'll come back here right after this.
Here we go now. Green 39.
In motion comes the tight end left. 20th carry for Thomas Rawls. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Hyde. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Carlos Hyde with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he is leveled. Knocked down hard near the 34-yard line.
Flex round! Flex round! Yeah, baby! Let's go!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And some room to roam now. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape, maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
It's complete to the tight end, Bennett. The 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So we've hit halftime here. Sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. In motion right is Brown. Pitch goes to Rawls. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
And he is knocked down from the side. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Mixon. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Mixon. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run here with Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The man in motion is Brown. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. Able to make one man miss, but he will be corralled around the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This will be caught by Brown. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. First down, a run with Hyde. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. So it was 4th down. They complete the short pass, and then boom, off to the races all the way to pay dirt.
And so many times in short yardage situations or on downs like this on 4th down, the defense gets a little more aggressive. So if you're able to pop it, right, complete a pass like that, it can break big afterwards, and that's exactly what we saw there. Short pass, long run.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, if I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Aaron Lynch. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And he's got Bennett. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back now here in Santa Clara. They'll look to throw now on first down. Caught left side by Cobb. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And caught. This has been at the tight end. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Here we go.
Throwing, Hundley. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Hundley being chased out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his target. It's Cobb. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And his guys are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, the 30. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Beathard trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Come on, let's go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Here we go. Let's round. Let's round. Let's round. Let's round. Here we go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. 6 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be a Green Bay first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. First down, he'll drop to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. 1, 9. 1, 9.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
In motion left comes Brown. They start the drive with Hyde. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Again, it's Hyde. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 3rd down, Carlos Hyde. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Running for it. Here's Hyde. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll send the tight end in motion left. A 10th carry for Hyde. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between
Carlos Hyde. See you later. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big run there by Hyde. 42 yards. So they're operating in the red zone. They give it to Rolls. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. A toss play. This is high. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. And a stoppage here. A timeout before this third down play takes place. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a run with Hyde. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. On the toss, Mixon. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
I know the toss play began.